Have you ever taken a selfie and used a filter? Of course you have. Everyone has. Last week, we saw a whole bunch of bullies attack a female MHA who made a simple mistake. She used AI on a personal photo of herself on her own personal Facebook account. Now, the filter removed the caribou symbol above the door of the rooms. Now, in Canada, you have to prove intent before a conviction in most criminal cases because of the fundamental legal principle that a person should not be punished for a guilty act unless they also have a guilty mind. Now, this distinction separates criminal behavior from legitimate accidents or unintentional mishaps. So, what was her intent? It was just to show off her visit to the Room's art gallery. She had no intent to disrespect anyone. The caribou is the emblem of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment and a lasting memorial to the province's sacrifices during the First World War. Now, a lot of internet bullies and politicians from several parties took advantage of this little slip-up to get their 15 minutes of fame. But yet, Memorial University, which is a memorial to those very same men who fought under that caribou, would never hire one of those white Royal Newfoundland Regiment young men. That memorial to those men posted 6 jobs that basically said straight white men need not apply. Where's the outrage? I'm still waiting to hear the outrage. On Remembrance Day, I stood at the National War Memorial on Duckert Street, as I've done for many years, and I watched a federal politician lay a wreath. Then she stopped, kissed her fingers, and blew a kiss to the grave of the unknown soldier. And then, 5 days later, she voted to strip Veteran Affairs, who takes care of disabled veterans, of $4.24 billion and reduce protection for RCMP disabled veterans. Where's that outrage? Where's the outrage over that? Over the real issues that are affecting people in Newfoundland and Labrador. The food insecurity, families who can't afford to put gas in their car, young people who can't find jobs because companies that our government awards contracts to and are making record profits are abusing the foreign worker program and won't hire them. Where is the outrage, politicians? Your silence is deafening. Why don't women go into politics? Well, this is exactly why. We are held to a much higher standard than men. You could take a fat, bald troll of a man in a cheap suit, and he will be more respected in that House of Assembly than any woman. Because you could take an educated, intelligent woman and put her in the House of Assembly, they'll pick up their pitchforks and their torches, and they'll scream, "Burn her, she's a witch." She'll be judged for her shoes, her clothes, her hair, her weight, what she says, how she looks. If she's pretty, she must be stupid. If she's not considered pretty, she's a bitch, but she's still stupid. The internet trolls won't stop until they burn her at the stake. But what really pisses me off is that it was other women, other female politicians, who phoned the open line show and jumped in front of the media to criticize this woman. Where was the sisterhood that they all talk about? The girl power. Where's your girl power now? Here's the difference between those women and me. If the party leader called me and said, "Jump on that bandwagon," I would tell him, "You can go jump off a damn cliff," because I would never do something so low as to pretend to be offended by the deaths of young Newfoundland men just to tear another woman down and get some media. My ovaries are bigger than that. I'm sick of politicians preaching to us about climate change in a province that has zero impact on climate change while they drive around in F-150 pickup trucks and take free trips out of the province every time it's offered to them. Why are the media wasting ink and perpetuating this bullying? Why don't reporters go ATIP what the government pays for light bulbs and then ask how many family members does it take to screw one in? Here's the thing. For those politicians who jumped at their 15 minutes of fame, you made a rod to whip your own ass. Because from here on in, you will never be able to make a mistake. You are now going to be held to a much higher standard than this lady was. Look at what's happening over in Ireland right now. The people are revolting against their government, and the media in Canada won't even cover it for fear that we might do the same thing. This lady made a mistake. Adult bullying is real. It's public humiliation, calculated mockery. It's not playground drama. It's psychological warfare in adult clothing. And it's time we stop excusing it.
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid.